This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, welcome to SAP S4 HANA SD certification training. So in the course S4 600 business processes in SAP S4 HANA sales. Okay, in this course today we are covering this unit collective processing. Okay, in the collective processing unit we will be covering this topic execution of collective processing. This is the topic we are covering today. Okay, so in the collective processing the topics that we are going to cover there, we will understand what is collective processing overview, what is collective processing, why it is used, usage of work list, how the usage of work lists are used done. Okay, then collective processing for deliveries. Okay, then various options for creation of delivery outbound deliveries we will see, collective processing in picking. Okay, collective processing in post goods issue. Okay, post goods issue, and then collective processing in billing. Okay, so all these topics we'll be covering today in the collective processing. Okay, so first we will start with the collective processing overview. So basically what is collective processing, why it is used. Okay, those things we will understand here. Okay, so in order to reduce the processing time in the organization, we can choose to collectively process deliveries, transfer orders, and post goods issues. Okay, so normally if you recollect our earlier sessions, when I executed the sales cycle, what I did, I created one sales order. Okay, and from the sales order, what I have created the outbound delivery. Okay, then I have done the post goods issue. Okay, okay, and then after that I did the billing. So this I have done for each document separately. I created only one sales order through VA01. Okay, and then outbound delivery I did using VL01N, VL01N, and then post goods issue VL02N. Okay, and then billing through VF01. Okay, but this is using for only for one document. But in real time, you may have uh, many orders. In large organizations you may have thousands of orders. Okay, so if you start doing for those 1,000 orders one by one, it will consume a lot of time. So to reduce that we have this collective processing option. So collectively you can convert the sales orders to outbound deliveries, like that you can do. Okay, so when you when you want to create follow-up documents of sales orders, you can often do this via collective processing. So sales orders you create, but after that next follow-up documents like outbound delivery, goods issue. Okay, and then invoice document, billing, all these can be done through collective processing. Okay, the procedure is very similar irrespective of which type of document you want to create. So the procedure, the collective processing procedure more or less looks same. Okay, so first what you do, you select all the documents for which you want to create the corresponding follow-up documents. Second, create the subsequent documents. So what you do, you select all the documents. Let's say you are creating outbound deliveries for sales orders. You select all the sales orders, and from for those sales order you create outbound delivery. Okay, outbound delivery at one go. Okay, instead of doing it one by one. Okay, by doing so we can reduce processing times as well as realize a potential cost reduction by consolidating documents. So basically you are going to reduce your processing time, you are going to save your time. Okay, and also you can do cost reduction also. Okay, and also using this collective processing, another feature is sometimes you might want to use collective processing to create a single follow-up document for several preceding documents. So instead of, let's say you have 10 sales orders, now you are converting this 10 sales orders to 10 outbound deliveries using this collective processing at one go. but at the same time you can combine those uh, preceding document, let's say 10 sales orders. For 10 sales orders, if some features, if some criteria is same, then you can create only one outbound delivery for those 10 sales orders. So you can have a single follow-up document. That is also possible. Okay. So for this collective processing, basically you will be using the work list. Work list basically. So here, first one is shipping work list. So in the shipping work list, what you do, you take all the sales orders using this work list, you will convert them to outbound deliveries at one go. So if you see here, you have three sales orders. They will get converted to outbound deliveries. Okay, and from then using these outbound deliveries, you can do picking also. Second one, collectively you can do picking. Okay, and then for the picked outbound deliveries, you can do post goods issues collectively. Okay, and after that, once the post goods issue is done, for those outbound deliveries using billing work list, you can create the invoices. Billing activity you can do collectively. Okay, so basically you use this work list work list basically to carry out your collective processing. Okay, so these are the activities you can do: creation of outbound delivery, picking, post goods issue, and creation of billing document. These four activities you can do via collective processing. Okay, so as I just explained, work lists are used to create follow-up documents via collective processing. Okay, options that are available for collective processing to support the sales and distribution process using work list. One is the delivery list is used to create outbound deliveries. The delivery list is used to process many sales documents for outbound deliveries. Then picking work list is used to create transfer orders. Of course, this if you are using WM module. Okay. Goods issue work list for outbound deliveries will post goods issue for many deliveries. Okay, and billing due list is used to create invoices for outbound deliveries and orders. Okay, and during billing due list, outbound deliveries are only taken into consideration in the billing due list if the goods issue has already been successfully carried out. So to carry out billing using processing list, the outbound deliveries, for the outbound deliveries, they should have already the goods issue activity done basically. Okay, so these are the activities you can do using work list basically. Okay, so let's continue. So first we'll start with the collective processing of deliveries. Okay, so in the collective processing of deliveries, it is very straightforward. You take the sales orders which are due for delivery. Okay, and then according to that you convert them to outbound deliveries at one go, basically. Okay, and to select these orders you use some criteria like shipping point and some date. According to the date you will do that. Okay, so now we will see this how to carry out in the system. Okay, before that, to make shipping faster and easier, you can use the delivery due list to create more than one outbound delivery simultaneously. So multiple outbound deliveries you will create. Okay, and also during this the system automatically combines the items in the selected sales orders to minimize the number of outbound deliveries. So to reduce outbound deliveries, what system does is it will combine them if certain criteria is met. Okay, this function can be used in the following ways: online processing of the delivery due list, or creating a background job to be executed during off peak hours. So this collective processing, either you can do front end online processing, or you can you can execute as a background job which runs automatically in the background. Okay, so now let me show you this. So to do this, let us log into the system. Okay, so I'll show you the menu path. Go to logistics, go to sales and